Have you ever started a project thinking it will be quick and then suddenly you find yourself thrust into a full-blown psychological battle with it? Yeah, well, that was this one. Every time I fixed one problem, it revealed a new one like it was auditioning for the Real Housewives franchise. But I've invested too much time and energy to quit, so buckle up. Part 2 starts now. Welcome back to part 2 of the bane of my existence, otherwise known as the dresser with many, many secrets and a super serious attitude problem. I thought I was dealing with a simple makeover, little stripping, a little sanding, a little painting, and something spectacular. But no, this dresser had other plans. Every layer I removed revealed an entirely new problem. Wood that doesn't match, a finish with a blotchy grain, and of course, the drawer with more twists than a game of Twister. I knew there was a small twist in this piece. I did see it, but I didn't think it was as bad as it was, and it wasn't until I was knee-deep in this project, almost ready to be done with it, that I realized this is not gonna work. So this is gonna get the attention that it needs to see if we can fix this problem once and for all. Now, I've seen in videos warped wood made straight again, so figure what do we got to lose? I'm gonna try it. To get it to the point where we can actually do something with it, I need to take the finish off and get it down to its bare wood. I plugged up my holes and I'm gonna start stripping one side at a time.
Too far away from my hometown. With my family I am bound. I'll stick by them till I'm in the ground.
I'm going to sand the rest of the residue off of this, but I need to let it sit for a bit and dry out. It's had a lot of moisture put on it from the stripping and the acetone, and obviously you can't sand when something's wet, so I need to wait and prepare for the next step. Well, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to recreate one. And since I have no idea how to do that with my router, I'm gonna turn to today's sponsor, Woodworkers Guild of America, for help. Woodworkers Guild of America is your go-to online resource for woodworking tutorials, ideas, and general information for all your woodworking projects. It's a community where passionate woodworkers come together to express their creativity and master their craft. It's a one-stop online source for beginners and experts alike. Their website features an extensive collection of woodworking tutorials that is constantly updated with new content. They also have interesting articles, project ideas, project reviews, and questions and answers with the experts, plus so much more. As a furniture artist, there are so many scenarios and instances where Woodworkers Guild of America can come in very handy for me and my projects. Like right now with a much-needed router lesson. I love browsing through their premium video topics, and right now I am obsessed with their furniture making. Talk about a wealth of knowledge in one place. This is an incredibly useful resource for anyone to have, whether you are a beginner woodworker or a professional enthusiast upping your game. Woodworkers Guild of America has everything you need in one spot. They've definitely helped me understand wood a little better, and they are who I turned to when it came time to set up my new studio. I wanted the best layout possible, and Woodworkers Guild of America did not disappoint. And as a special gift for my viewers, the first 1,000 people watching this video that uses the link in the description down below will get a full year of premium membership to Woodworkers Guild of America for only $1.49. However, this amazing offer is valid for new members only. Seriously, $1.49. You can't even buy a cup of coffee for $1.49, and they are giving you 365 consecutive days of 24/7 access to Woodworkers Guild of America. How can you not take this offer up? What are you waiting for? Click on that link and claim your very own premium membership so you also can start enjoying all that Woodworkers Guild of America has to offer. And a very special thanks to Woodworkers Guild of America for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to my router lesson. While we're waiting, let's make this piece all about the details, and I'm going to do that by starting with a raised stencil going down the center of each side. I love the look of a raised stencil, especially one that's going to be done in a monochromatic way, which is how I'm going to do this one, and we're going to glaze over it after, and it's just going to be freaking fabulous. I love me a beautiful stencil, and this one is by Redesign with Prima called Diamond Flourish. Isn't it gorge? Now that it's dry, I'm going to gently sand off the residue that's left behind so we can move on to the next step. I'm honestly kind of winging this here, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I am wetting each side and I'm letting that soak into each side, and then I'm adding a little bit more and letting that soak in until I think I've got enough on there that it kind of meets in the middle to where the twist is. Then I'm going to put it on the table and I'm going to clamp it down. I'm also going to get some weight on top of this to see if we can get this twist out. Maple is notorious for twisting and turning and curling, and this is living right up to what it's famous for. Good morning, guys. It's been a couple of days since I have touched this drawer top at all. I have let it sit, and it's now time to check and see if I've actually managed to do anything to it, which I'm very hopeful I have. I am so nervous to take this off. It's gotta go up. That it still has a twist. I saw on one of the videos, they put this in a trash bag, and they used a steamer and they made steam in the trash bag, and they just really sat there letting this steam really just drip and get all into this wood, and then they clamped it down. And I'm wondering if that is something that I should try. I don't know what else to do. I really don't. I am at the point with this where I'm sorry I bought it, but I'm not quitting. I'm gonna finish this stupid friggin' piece. I don't have the professional grade equipment these people use, but I have a good trash bag and I have my handheld steamer out here, so I'm gonna roll it up and get some steam aimed in there and let it sit, I guess. So here's my thoughts as to what you just saw. This wood is really, really hot from the steam. Everything seems really wet. And I want to put some weight on it for a few hours like that. I'm going to leave it in the bag with these weights on it while I continue to do some things around my studio. And then before I close up for the night, I will take it out of the bag and I will reposition it back on this table with the clamps and the weights again to start that process all over. But I just feel like I want to try this for a little bit first, you know? Despising this piece right now. It's time for another moment of truth, and I'm not gonna lie, I am very nervous, but I need to know if this worked or not. Here goes nothing. I don't know. It's still really out on this corner. I can't go forward until I have another drawer. What I think I'm going to do is have one of Scott's friends at school, the carpentry instructor, probably make one of these. In fact, I'm gonna see if he brings it in tomorrow, if they would just be able to make all of these router cuts and give me another piece of wood like this. It's my only option. It's that or throw in the towel, because I don't have the bits that I need for the router to make these edges, and for me to go out and buy them, it would just not be feasible with this project. It's going to take it into a bracket where I'm not going to make any money off of it whatsoever, and that to me is really unacceptable. I know it happens, but it's not happening to me with this piece. So yeah, I need a drawer front.
The following day.
Look at this. A perfectly straight, brand new drawer front made by a trade school for free. This is the only reason this project is still alive and not smashed to pieces. And I am so amazingly grateful to the person for making this happen and putting this in my hand so fast, came right back 6 hours later. And we can continue on with this project. Check this out. It's perfect. I have a little work to do on this. I need to get the inside painted to match the inside again and the outside painted. So I'm gonna work on that right now. And I'm gonna end up giving this project an entirely new coat of paint because quite honestly, it's been through a lot. Now, I did decide to add glaze onto this. I'm gonna alter the way the green looks. I'm gonna give it a more vintage look. And to do that, I'm going to do a patting technique. I'm gonna brush the glaze on and I'm gonna dab at it, removing and leaving, and I just like the way that it creates this completely different look than what we have now.
Trying to wake up from a dream. It's harder than it seems. Birds are flying all around. Some fall and hit the ground. This is where I should belong. Inside a simple song. Running careless down the line, beyond the brink of time. I will love you till I die, on shaky grounds. You could never understand.
Originally, the plan with this dresser was to take it to the next level. Then it put up such a stink, I lost all interest in it. But it became a battle of the wits to see which one of us was gonna win. And let me tell you, it wasn't gonna be this dresser. It was going to be me. And with the help of someone else creating a drawer front for the one we couldn't fix, it is now ready for the next step. Do I put the hardware on it and sell it because I am so sick of looking at this piece? Or do I go over the top and add a transfer? If you know me, you know which way we're going to go, even though I despise this piece in its entirety right now. This is Botanical Journal by Redesigned by Prima, and this is the one that is going to go on this piece. I think the colors are really perfect for the colors on this dresser, right down to the tone of the glaze and the tone of the stain on top. I think it's going to be incredibly complimentary, and it's going to be exactly the last detail, besides the hardware, that this piece is going to get, because I'm done. I've had it, I'm over it. I am so done, but I'm still gonna do this.
Tangled up in dreams. I'm tired in oh so many ways. Been gone for 7 days. I don't know why I can't
this looks so good on there, but now I am going to have to go around and I am going to have to touch these areas up a bit with a little touch-up paint, especially where the drawers meet the body. It's gonna look so good once everything is touched up. I think I'll change out of this before I start painting. You know? I decided to put the hardware on the piece before I painted it because I was impatient and I wanted to see how everything looked. And I'm really glad that I did, because once again, this freaking dresser is trying to get the last laugh and I don't even understand this one. So I did not reposition any of the hardware. So I have no idea why this is not lining up, but this is so wonked out of place. I am so irritated right now. I don't get this. I can't believe this. Getting a freaking migraine. Oh my God. So the dresser with many secrets still had one more secret, and I don't understand it, but I'm sure you saw the hardware did not line up. This drawer was totally off, and I didn't change the hardware holes on these drawers. I don't get that. I literally don't get that. So here's where it's gonna get real freaking fun, because as you know, I've already got the transfer on here. Holes are already there that now have to be filled in, and that means I am going to literally have to take more freaking time to fill these holes in with Bondo, but not so much that it gets anything around the edges where my decal and everything else is, and then that has to sit up for the night. Oh my God, I am so sick of this piece. I'm not gonna lie, this part was a bit nerve-wracking, but I gently sanded as little of an area as I needed to get it flat, and then I went back in with the carriage house paint and again with the glaze to try to disguise these two areas and make it not so conspicuous. And I'm gonna toot my own horn and say I'm pretty happy with how they came out. It was a pain in the butt, but in the end, everything looks good. The handles are in the right position now, and all is right in my studio again. I won. And that, my friends, is a wrap for the dresser with many secrets and a serious attitude problem. This project took weeks off my life and added a few gray hairs I didn't ask for. I wanted to smash it, burn it, drag it to the curb, and pretend I'd never laid my eyes on it. Every time I fixed one problem, two more popped up like it was some kind of cosmic joke. But here's the thing. I am not a quitter. Not in this business, and certainly not in this studio. So I kept going. Problem after problem, pivot after pivot, and deep breath after deep breath. And then the drawer front arrived, the hero to this entire project. And suddenly, the piece that's been fighting me at every curve started to show a little bit of cooperation. With that new drawer in place, everything started to click, and I could really see the finish line, finally. I didn't think it would ever be there, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect to finish this. I'm astounded. I am standing here with it done, okay? Not gonna lie. Now, when it came to the overall finish of the piece, I used one of my favorite sagey green tones, which is Carriage House by Fusion Mineral Paint. And then using some glaze, a cotton rag, and a little bit of determination, I completely transformed that finish into the most gorgeous, worn, soft, aged patina ever. It truly looks like it belongs on there. The character this piece has is off the charts now. The new hardware is perfect on this piece. And it's always a gamble ordering from Amazon, but it was nice to see something that actually worked. The transfer, it looks like it was always meant to be there, and it has always been there, and it has always belonged there. And that stained top, bottom, and middle rail just tied everything all together in the most fabulous and chic way. It brought the whole vision together. The vision I actually started with. The vision I never thought I would see, but here we are, and it is amazing. This dresser is a prime example of what can go wrong in this business. But this dresser is also a prime example of what it means to be a professional. You pivot, you problem solve, and you keep moving forward even when you want to smash the freaking thing to pieces. Furniture alchemists never quit. They transform. And in the end, the piece that almost broke you becomes the one you are most proud of. And I really am proud of how this one turned out. You have to let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? And would you have kept going or would you have given up? I won't judge you either way because I know I was a glutton for punishment through this, but it worked out. I'm not a quitter, and I'm certainly not gonna let a dresser get the better of me. No way. That's Furniture Alchemy, that's She by Shawn, and that's why I keep doing this. Well guys, thanks for sticking it out with me for this incredibly, and I do mean incredibly long freaking transformation. Not gonna lie, I am glad it is over and I hope I don't encounter another one like this for a very long time. But if I should, I know exactly what to do, and so don't you. No more excuses. We've got this. All right guys, thank you so much for hanging with me in the studio, and I will see you all real soon. Bye friends.